That's what I've got it just a little bit ahead of the sweet spot, so that I've already burned back the 2 tips doing the first 2 parts there, the small standoffs. And now we're on this, so I'm going for the long run. Basically, I want to keep this is the first pass. I want to get a good root there. I don't really want to burn through, but I want to penetrate it right at that, the root right there. And to keep from going through so many tips, I'm just leading that sweet spot. You can hear a little bit of hiss, and then it'll be scrambled eggs. Hiss, scrambled eggs. Hiss, scrambled eggs. Right at the verge there. Minimizes the amount of BBs and things like that. It cuts down on the smoke, and you still got dime control. All right, instead of just doing a weave on this and flowing it in like we did on these smaller brackets here, we're changing up and we're going to do single bead stack ups like we were stacking up 7018 on here. All right, so that's kind of what we're doing on these long stringer assemblies. All right, here's our finish of our second pass, and we're getting ready to put our third pass on the top of these structural pieces here. Okay, I shut off the welder for a minute here so I can quickly, I'm going to take a Heliarc and I'm going to go ahead and seal the weld at these 4 points right here. And then I'm going to flip these upside down and I'm going to wash and seal the back side of this weld on each one of these. I can see the penetration right through here, but I want to make sure that there's 100% and no seam for it to start under any load bearing pressures or anything else like that. These are going to be pretty well snug and tight. They are secure, but I want to, that's a little extra that I want to put in on these. So I'm going to hit these 4 on all 4 of these, and we're going to get these set upside down, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the short stubby torch set up and go ahead and seal those welds there. this little butt-in only. Okay, these two small pair of aluminum stringer mounts went along with these two steel pieces here. We still got to do a little bit of trim modification. He's going to be doing some fit up down on the boat. He's going to do some hole pattern, and we're going to put some gussets in here. And so that job is almost wrapped up. Well, this puts a wrap on this pair of stringers here, and you can see how I put these together. And I chose to do these in two single beads here. Pretty happy. It is fun playing with the Spoolmatic. I don't play with it enough, you can tell. It's to be really good at it, you got to be playing with it on a daily basis. But I did show you at least my way of quickly adjusting into that sweet spot and then backing off. Now the sweet spot just basically means that the wire speed for the amount of voltage that you got put into the gun matches with a spray arc. And also, and I don't know how to get away from it, but if you're too much into that spray arc, you have burn backs when the material exceeds a temperature, and you can go past that sweet spot. That's why I run it just a little bit shy of that sweet spot, because once you get going about an inch or two, then your material becomes hot enough and you start really flowing in there good, and you hit it just right, and you can get some good action out of it, and you don't have BBs blowing all over the place. This is pretty well about how I fit up my aluminum joints there. I do like to have the full corner for penetration and weld buildup, so there's no shortage of strength there, and you can't always get in and weld inside a boxed area. I did seal those two welds running along here because I just wanted the downward pressure to be reassured to hold that pocket open on that side. Now the stringer design is from the customer there, but the design on how to weld these boxes together and get the max strength out of the seams themselves, those are my ideas. Alright, get her done.